Welcome to Smart Story Studio, where timeless truths come alive through powerful scripture stories filled with lessons, emotions, and transformation. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss any of our weekly uploads. Now, let's dive in.
Time is not a straight line.
It's a loop, a whisper, a test. And sometimes, it's a door. Zayd always believed time was something humans could only count, not something they could walk through. He was wrong. The desert at night holds a certain power. The stars hang low like secrets trying to reveal themselves. Sand dances with the wind like an ancient language. And under the sky, with only his heartbeat and the moon as company, Zayd digs. Zayd is 22, brilliant, stubborn, and Muslim. A quantum physics student turned obsessive truth seeker. He believed in both Allah and atoms, but no longer saw them as separate truths. Months ago, while researching time relativity and ancient scriptures, he stumbled across something strange, a verse in the Quran that hinted at more than just parables. And they remained in their cave for 300 years and exceeded by 9. Surah Al-Kahf, 1825, it haunted him. Was this metaphor, allegory, or a scientific clue buried in Revelation? Zayd cross-referenced the story of the sleepers of the cave with scientific theories on time dilation, hibernation, and quantum stasis. It shouldn't have made sense, but it did. Now, standing in the middle of an uncharted region in Jordan, using ancient geolocation data from old Quranic maps and satellite scans, Zayd believes he's found the exact cave mentioned in Surah Al-Kahf.
He digs.
With each shovelful of sand, the wind howls louder. The coordinates match. His heart beats faster. Then clang. Metal. Zayd clears the sand with his hands, revealing a circular, rusted object, an ancient ring with Arabic inscriptions glowing faintly in the moonlight. It radiates a pulse. He touches it. It hums. A strange warmth flows into his palm. His breath shortens. His vision narrows. He slips the ring onto his finger. Everything goes white. Chapter 2. The scientist who believed too much 6 months earlier. "You're going too far, Zayd," said Dr. Mariam, his mentor. "You're not just testing physics anymore. You're trying to prove prophecy with math." Zayd looked up from a board filled with equations. "Why is that a problem?"
She sighed.
"Because science's rules. And Allah," he replied, "does not." He turned back to his board. Time slows when you approach light speed. You can travel forward in time. That's what Einstein proved. But what if you could travel backward too? Not with machines, but with faith. Dr. Mariam frowned. "This is not physics. It's mysticism," he whispered. "Or maybe it's both." Chapter 3. The world between seconds. Zayd wakes up inside a cave. But not the cave he just entered. This one is glowing from the inside. Walls shaped by time. The scent of old rock and something ancient in the air. Sleep. He turns and sees them. 7 young men, lying peacefully. Their skin uniged, their bodies still. But there is no decay, no dust, just silence. Holy silence. He steps closer. A faint light hovers around them, like an invisible force field. Like time itself refuses to touch them. Zayd stares in awe. "Ashab Al-Kahf," he whispers. "You're real." Chapter 4. The Quran said it first. A deep voice echoes in his mind. "We relate to you their story and truth. They were young men who believed in their Lord, and we increased them in guidance." Quran 18:13. The ring pulses. Time slows further. Zayd's heart races, but the world around him moves in reverse. Suddenly, he sees them awake. He sees their escape from tyranny, their prayers, their entry into the cave, and then their sleep. The physics begin to make sense. Time is relative. Time dilated here. Einstein's theory proved that time slows when subjected to immense gravitational force or velocity. But the Quran told this in story form over 1,400 years ago. Zayd now knows. Revelation was always a form of science. Chapter 5. A heart tested by wonder. Zayd is overwhelmed. He falls to his knees. Ya Allah, I believe. I believe now more than ever. But something inside him trembles. Not out of fear, out of responsibility. He now holds knowledge that could challenge the entire scientific world. He is proof that could shake the foundations of disbelief. But should he share it? Will the world listen? Or crucify him like they did prophets of truth? The ring pulses again. A whisper enters his ear. Indeed, in their story is a lesson for people of understanding. Chapter 6. Back to the future light.
Heat. Dust.
Zayd wakes up, back at the mouth of the cave. It's dawn. The wind is softer. His hands still shake. The ring is still on his finger. He turns around, looks at the entrance, and whispers, "I'll be back." He begins walking down the desert path.
But he is not the same man.
Zayd left with doubt. He returns with purpose. Chapter 7. The first coordinate unlocked. Back in the lab, Zayd begins documenting everything. He writes about time relativity, suspended animation, and quantum locks, all explained in the Quran long before their scientific discovery. He titles his new video, Time Travel Through the Quran, What Science Just Discovered. He uploads it. Within 24 hours, the video explodes. Comments from physicists, imams, skeptics, and believers flood the screen. Some call him a fraud. Others call him the timed AI. But Zayd knows something they don't. This was only the first coordinate. There are more. A new episode is waiting. The next location is already glowing. Epilogue. The lesson: time is not to be wasted. Faith is not blind. It is a form of seeing beyond the veil. The Quran is not just a book of rules. It is a map, a science, a light. Every verse carries layers: moral, spiritual, scientific, emotional. Compass moral takeaways and actionable advice. 1. Read Surah Al-Kahf every Friday. It is protection and insight, especially for our times. 2. Never separate science from revelation. Both come from the same source, Allah. 3. Seek knowledge beyond the classroom. Read, reflect, walk the world, and question. 4. Have the courage to believe deeply. Like the sleepers of the cave, the truth might isolate you, but Allah will elevate you. 5. Protect your time like your faith, because time is your test. Truth does not expire. It only waits to be understood. Bell next on Time Travel Through the Quran. Episode 2, The Iron Wall of Time, Dhul-Qarnayn, and the Magnetic Barrier of Gog and Magog. Stay tuned. What a journey through faith, failure, and God's unfailing love. If this story moved you or taught you something powerful, drop a comment below and tell us what stood out the most. And don't keep this truth to yourself. Share this video with a friend who needs some light and encouragement today. Remember, here at Smart Story Studio, we tell stories that inspire, teach, and transform lives. Subscribe now for more emotional, dramatic, and truth-filled scripture stories that shape your mind and spirit. Until next time, stay inspired, stay strong, and stay rooted in the Word.